Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of January 20th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates, and if this reading isn't fitting you this week, go check your other two signs out. Yeah? Okay. And so, like I said last week, we are in the stellium moment of Aquarius. The sun has already moved there. We have Mars joining the stellium on the 23rd. So really anchoring into this moment of Aquarius, which Aquarius is the humanitarian of the zodiac. They generally want to see the highest evolution of all for all, because it doesn't make any sense that there should be any difference between us and others in this species, right? And if we have truly evolved beyond the other animals, then we should act as such, right? So when I think of my Aquarius people, I also know that they seem independent, but that independence is actually just high intelligence. When you have a higher IQ, it is harder to relate to people. So they aren't necessarily doing it out of, some kind of prejudice. It's just because they don't know how to relate to other people. It's not a bad thing. All right, so let's see what that leads for you. We also have Neptune going into Aries on the 26th, and so it'll stay there for a longer time as it's an outer planet. So there will be these overarching themes where Neptune being in Pisces for so long, we had a lot of dreams not actualized, and so while it's here, we're going to have this moment of what do we want to take action on from the things that we have been dreaming the last year or so. Yeah. Okay, so this week I am using the Sedona deck. I'm gonna say I freaking love this deck. I got it as a gift, and it is very self-produced, very Aquarian energy of I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. I don't care about anybody's thoughts or feelings about it. I'm gonna use papyrus font because we haven't used that since like the early 2000s to prove our point that we were spiritual. It's so good. All right, so let's see, what does that mean for Gemini? Gemini. Whoa, this card is jumping, and I don't take jumpers, but here it is, visitors. Yeah. Visitors. So, tourist or alien. And so, Gemini, you just might feel like an outsider, which if you do take on starseed theories, you might literally be an outsider. You might just feel like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't think that anybody knows what the hell is going on right now, Gemini. So don't feel alienated from it. But you're living with this feeling of feeling on the outside, and it's something that a lot of us do live with. And like I said, with Aquarius, it's like if you have a higher intelligence than the majority of the population, it is just harder to engage and interact with people. Yeah. But listen, you've got the Raven card. The Raven visited us in the last signs reading. They're probably just on my driveway right now. But it says, listen. Raven is about listening. So even though you feel outside and alienated, it is a need for you to listen. So when you're hearing other people talk, do you already have your counterpoints locked and loaded, ready to go? If you do, then you're not truly listening. You need to be able to just listen. There's a lot of sides of a lot of shit happening right now in the world in general. And one thing is that you cannot shut things down, because then you are just blocking out a whole view of the world. And that is not very open-minded. It's one thing, I saw somebody today, it's like, yeah, be open-minded, but you have your own filters. So be open with filters, but don't block off things that other people are saying, because their experiences in the world are valid too. Coxcomb. changes. Yeah. And I believe part of your reading last week was about your worldview changing. And I'm not saying that you're going to do that big flip like I was talking about as well, where it's like I see people go 100% opposite degrees. It's like when I watched this raw vegan go into super carnivore mode. That's ultra shocking. I'm not saying something like that, but be open to the world as it is changing and evolving every day. Things like where I've been in moments, especially where I used to live, where it was a site that promoted more unity in living with the land, but you also had people with this 70s mindset of what was environmentally friendly, and it didn't withstand the times to now sometimes. And it's being open to the fact that there are new ways of looking at the world. I'm going to hear the younger ones talk about things that don't really click with me right now, like 6, 7, fuck you, kids, oh my god. But just be open. Just be open to where things are changing and shifting. Be open, be listening, and yes, you might not feel like you belong in the conversation, but don't exclude yourself completely. Don't isolate yourself off from the world right now just because you feel like an outsider. Yeah? All right, Gemini. And so one thing that I'm also pulling out is I'm using the Kuan Oracle deck just because the winter time is a time for us to be more reflective and in our feminine openness to the world. And so we're using the Kuan Yin deck to really tap into the femininity of the moment that does get a little overlooked and overpowered by the hustle bustle that happens around the holidays and whatever the hell is going on right now. Yeah? Okay. So, Turquoise Lotus Mother. An old pattern is finally ending. You are being lifted from your struggle, freed from a weight of the past. You have learned all that you needed to learn, and now it's time for relief, release, divine protection, and the happiness of a healed heart and peaceful soul. So, Gemini, it's saying that there's a time to just absorb all that you are working on. Don't let yourself to be continually bombarded by information all the time. Rest and digest. Yeah, is basically the gist of that card. All right. Well, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that helps, and I'll see you next week. Bye.